Today we're going to have a look at the K1 visa to the USA and if it's actually worth it and if you can do it yourself or are you better off getting an agent to do it for you. Now in the 4 years or so that I've been doing this channel, there's been a great debate on this where some guys will say you don't need an agent, just do it yourself and you'll be right. And other people say, well, yeah, maybe I could do it myself, but I really don't have the time and I want to make sure that everything is done correctly. So I prefer to have someone who's experienced doing this and they don't mind paying the money. So the bottom line here is that everyone's different and everyone has different circumstances. Whether you want to do it yourself or you want to get someone else to do it for you is entirely up to you. So what we'll do here is have a look at some information and you guys can decide for yourself what you might want to do in bringing your Filipina from the Philippines to the USA. So firstly, let's have a look at what is a K1 visa. A K1 visa or fiancé visa is an immigration document issued to the foreign fiancé or fiancé of a US citizen. It allows them to enter the US for 90 days for marriage. Once the couple gets married, within those 90 days, they may apply for an adjustment of status so the foreign spouse may become a lawful permanent resident or a green card holder. The K1 visa is one entry only. It's also important to note that the K1 visa also benefits the immigrant spouse's children who are younger than 21 years of age and single, since they may apply for a K2 visa and also gain entry into the United States and live there. Now, the requirements for the K1 visa, both the US citizen and the immigrant must be unmarried. So you'd need to prove that. So with the Filipina, she would need to provide a Senama, which in the Philippines is a document that will show that if she's single or she's married or been married or whatever the case may be. The couple must have seen each other at least once within the last 2 years before making the K1 visa application. Both of them must be married within the United States. The marriage between both parties must take place within 90 days after the fiancé arrives in the United States. Only US citizens may request a 90-day fiancé visa. So as you can see from that, it's pretty straightforward what the requirements are. But the thing is, can someone do it themselves and have it approved? And the answer is obviously yes. People do get it done themselves and they can get it approved. Now, for those who don't want to do it themselves, they might not have the time or they might not feel they can do it themselves, and who are looking to maybe get an expert to do it, so that way it may go through quicker and without as much problems. If you're doing the K1 visa or any visa document for that matter, if you're not meticulous and you don't know really what the government are asking for, that can slow down the process or even in some cases have your visa denied. So for many people seeking out experts in immigration and in particular getting such visas as a K1 visa approved makes a lot of sense. Some people don't mind paying that extra money to get the visa approved with a minimum of fuss, let's say. So one such agency who are experts in this field, and this is all they do, they get Filipinas to the USA. This is what they specialize in. And this is their Facebook page, which I'll put a link in the description for you to have a look at. But just quickly, we scroll down and we can see that plenty of Filipinas are being approved, especially since COVID is no longer an issue and holding things up. You can read for yourself what these people are saying. So I'm not going to read them all out for you, but there are plenty there who are being approved thanks to the help and assistance of Filipina Visa, who are, by the way, a very good, reputable company. I've had professional dealings with them myself, and I've had many people tell me that their service was second to none. So as I say, we can see as we scroll down, many happy customers. And as I say, we won't go further on with that. We'll let you go in and have a look for yourself in your own time. And I'll also put a link to their website, filipinovisa.com, which you can go to and you can get a free consultation. So if you want to make sure that the K1 visa is the right visa for you and your fiance, you would go here and request a free consultation where they'll answer any of your questions and give you a good insight whether or not this visa is right for you. And of course, the cost is within your budget. Now, one concern I do have with the K1 visa that people really need to think about before they spend the money or they make the application themselves is that for some people, they can feel a little bit rushed. In a sense, we're talking about you've got 90 days from when the Filipina arrives to the time that you marry your Filipina. Now, I'm not sure if those of you who have seen 90 Day Fiancé on the TV, you will see that some of those people do feel very, very rushed. And some cases they get married within that 90 days, not because they feel that they love this person enough to do so, but because the time is running out. They don't want to send the woman back home and then have to maybe redo this visa process all over again at a later stage. So a way around that, in my opinion, would be to make sure when you go to the Philippines to meet your Filipina, stay there for a length of time. So you really get to know each other. And so maybe more than once, maybe go back 2 or 3 times until you're feeling pretty comfortable with her and she's feeling comfortable with you. Then apply for the K1 visa, bring her over to the US where now you've got a good grounding, you've met each other, you're comfortable with each other, and now you can get to know each other a bit in your country before you guys get married. And that could potentially save the problems of feeling rushed into getting married just because the visa time is about to expire. So that's really something to think about, guys. You make up your own mind. But again, I've got the link in the description to Filipino Visa for those of you who might want to get the free consultation. And I wish you all very well with that, with you and your fiancés for the future. Until next time, stay safe and take care.